So every once in a while, I'll get a call from a past client that are thinking about downsizing. My wife and I actually downsized a couple years ago. The kids had moved out. We were in this big old house, rattling around, and half the bedrooms we hadn't been into for months. I wanted to share with you a scenario I put together for a client of mine that they're thinking about downsizing. But the concern is that he says, man, I feel like I'm trapped in my home. I've got this great rate of 2.75 that you got me a couple of years ago. But no matter where I go, it's going to cost me more money, even for a smaller home. I go, well, that may not be the case. So let's look at the numbers. So they think they're going to be able to sell their home for about 1.5. And when everything is said and done, they're going to clear about 750 out of it. Now, they could certainly go ahead and pay all cash for the home, but they wanted to have some funds to kind of pay off some bills and do some improvements to the home. And they also wanted to have about 250,000 to put in an investment account. So when everything is said and done, it's going to take about 286,000 if they put 50% down for down payment and closing costs. Now, what's interesting though, even though we're coming from a rate of 2.75, and let's say we go to a rate of 6.5, they're still going to save about $257 a month. Now, this is because they're borrowing less, but also they're going to be able to take their current property tax base under Prop 19 and bring it with them to their new home. So here's a breakdown of their new monthly payments. So as I mentioned, they're looking to purchase a home for about $750,000. They want to put 50% down. So based at a rate of 6.5%, their new monthly payment's going to be about $2,370 a month. Now, as I mentioned, under Prop 19, they're able to take their current property tax base and actually transfer that over to their new property. Now, this is my understanding of Prop 19, so I do advise that you consult a tax advisor to make sure that you do qualify for the program. We're actually assuming that their homeowners insurance is going to be a little bit higher. So all in, they're about $2,848 a month. As I mentioned, they're going to clear about $750 out of the sale of their home, and it's going to take about $386,000 for the down payment and closing costs of their new home. And they wanted to take $250 and put it into an investment account. Now, I'm not a financial advisor, but if they took that $250 and they put it into an investment account and they had a 5% rate of return on it, in 10 years, they would have almost $412,000 in that account. It's pretty cool, huh? In closing, if you're thinking about downsizing, I think there's a few questions you have to ask yourself. Number one would be, do the original reasons why you bought your current home still stand? Or has your needs changed since then? Number two would be, do you really need all that space? Or would a smaller home be a better fit for you? And then the third one would be housing expense. How much money would you actually save by downsizing? So if you have any questions, you'd like me to run any scenarios, always do feel free to reach out. Take care.